Santa Monica, California, Q3 2020. Are we still being impacted by this pandemic? Is it a buyer's market? Is it still a seller's market? We're about to dial that in right here, right now. Buyers and sellers, if you're thinking about buying in Santa Monica, this is a video for you. We're going to dial in the transparent numbers to see exactly whether it is a buyer's market or is it still a seller's market. Dial it in. We're about to find out now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Eric Haas with eXp Realty in sunny Southern California here on the west side of Los Angeles. I hope everyone is doing fantastic. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm super stoked to have you here with me today. And yes, I'm rocking a flannel because it's getting a little chilly in LA. Got into the 50s this week, and yes, that's cold for me. Probably in the Midwest, East Coast, you guys are laughing because it's still like summer weather, but hey, I'm cold. I'm rocking it. So I'm here to keep you dialed in on how this pandemic is not only impacting our local lives here in LA on the west side, but also our local real estate markets like Santa Monica, which we're about to jump into, but also tips, tricks, and strategies that you can be implementing as a buyer, seller, investor in this market or any market to stay successful. Let's jump right on in and see what Santa Monica is looking like right here, right now. Alrighty guys, what a year. It's been pretty nuts. We've got 2 quarters in the books. We're about to check out Q3 for Santa Monica. If you haven't checked out the previous markets that I've covered, I've hit Mar Vista, Venice, and Brentwood as well for Q3 2020. Check it out if you're thinking about buying or selling. I'm happy to help you out. Drop a comment below and I'll get right back at you. Q3 Santa Monica, we've got some crazy numbers to discuss and a lot of similarities that are happening between Santa Monica and the rest of the markets that I've already covered. But before we jump into it, my friends, you know I'm coming at you. Gotta feel the love. Need that algorithm on YouTube to be spread out to as many people as possible because I just want to make sure that everyone's getting this content because the media is out there saying that the market's back, and it may be back in certain areas and neighborhoods, but here on the west side, it is preaching a different story, and I want that story to be crystal clear for you if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest on the west side of Los Angeles. So please smash that subscription button. Hit the like button as well if you could. It takes only a few seconds. You probably already hit it in the time that I'm saying this. And if you could, drop a comment because I'm down to cover many more areas. Santa Monica is the last one that I cover on the west side. But if you're feeling Palisades to be covered, Malibu, Culver City, Marina Del Rey, any neighborhood, drop it in the comments. I'm happy to consider it and make it happen for you guys as well. So without further ado, again, subscribe, like, comment. Thank you guys so much for the support. It's been 6 months running for me. It was a little bit awkward to start with, but I'm feeling a lot more comfortable now, and it's all because of the support you guys have given me, giving me that confidence to jump into Santa Monica Q3 2020. Let's do it. 71 homes are currently for sale right now, active in Santa Monica's market. That's not too much of a difference. 4 down since Q2 2020. Nothing really to report for Q3 2019. I don't have the access to those numbers, unfortunately, but in the future, this is all going to be dialed in. Now, number of escrows, Q3 2020, we've got 29. Number of solds in Q3 2020. Here's an interesting thing. Up 58% since Q3 2019, which was a hot seller's market, and 183% up since Q2 2020. Now, Q2 2020 must have been completely asleep. The buyers definitely were not out in droves, but hey, it's picked up in Q3 2020 to the point of a 183% increase in the number of solds to the number of 82. Now, here's the interesting thing, my friends, and this has been the same case across the board on the west side. It's probably the same in Culver City, Marina Del Rey, and Pacific Palisades and Malibu, but Santa Monica is following the trend of Mar Vista, Brentwood, and Venice in the sense of having that median list price be extravagantly higher than what ends up being the median sold price for the neighborhood. Now, you see it, median list price is at $4.2 million. Our median pending price is $1.2 million less than that, and our actual median sold price is $1.5 million less than that. So, here's the thing, guys. If you're a seller out there and you actually want to get sold, you got to be smart about that price. On the flip side, buyers, if you're out there and you're seeing prices being reduced, a lot of the times that price reduction is not the lowest that seller is going to go. So if that home interests you in any sort of way, not only get on it, but reach out to me and I'll get on it for you and make it happen for you because I love negotiating and leveraging our position when we can. So back to the market right now. Price it right, sellers, because as you can see as we get down here, we're going to identify the number of homes that have actually sold over the original list price, and it's going to be quite a significant number that you want to be a part of as a seller. So let's jump into our average list price per square foot versus our average pending price per square foot and our average sold price per square foot for quarter 3 2020. We've got the information for quarter 3 2019, and we got the information for quarter 2 2020. So average list price per square foot, again, running high at $1,425. We have our average pending price per square foot going around $1,200, which is actually 13% less than where we end up at the average sold price per square foot at $1,353. Now that $1,353 is 4% up since quarter 2 2020 and quarter 3 2019, which were both respectively at $1,300. So let's move on to what I was just about to get into with the number of homes that sold over the asking price. It's happening, my friends, even more so than it was in quarter 3 2019 in the seller's market, and double so since quarter 2 2020. So there are buyers out there, and I think, you know what, they're looking at the opportunity to take advantage of some people that, you know, unfortunately were told to price it at a price that was overpriced, and especially in a market that you can't play games in, because this pandemic is not friendly whatsoever. We've seen this inventory rising, and you don't want to be stuck on the market as more inventory keeps rising, because everyone's looking to that new inventory as opposed to looking at what reduced or what's been sitting on the market for a while. So don't get it in your head that I can start high and, hey, you know what, buyers can always, you know, bid me down. That's not the case. Buyers want to see a value from the start, and they want to jump in hot, and then when the emotions rise, you get multiples driving that price up and leading to what you see here, 18 homes selling over the asking price. Again, higher than quarter 3 2019 and higher than quarter 2 2020. We look at the number of homes that sold at the asking price. Still, again, quarter 3 2020 still holding it down. 9 homes selling at the asking price compared to 2 in quarter 3 2019 and quarter 2 2020, which had 4. Now, number of homes sold under the asking price. Still a rampant trend, my friends. You start high, you end up low. 65 homes sold under the asking price out of those 82 homes. Now, I guarantee you that these 27 people are so happy that they priced it right. They were in the driver's seat from the get-go. They had nothing to worry about. The terms were in their favor, and the price was in their favor as well. Whereas these 65 people were maybe in a different circumstance, thinking they could get something higher than what they thought. But a lot of the times, you've got to be at market value, or maybe even slightly under, to really generate that interest amongst buyers and have them foreseeing you as that value that they want to jump on and call home. Now, let's look at the sold volume, because that's an interesting number to take a look at compared to quarter 3 2019 and especially compared to quarter 2 2020, which had only $94 million worth of homes selling in quarter 2 2020 compared to $264 million in quarter 3 2020. Now, again, my friends, there may be some homes that have just had an extra long escrow, and they've just taken longer, and they've kind of sold as a result of this pandemic, the uncertainty. Getting a loan was maybe a little more difficult. Finding those funds for that down payment with the stock market kind of loop-de-loop. You know, I get it. So, you know, there might be more homes closing in quarter 3 as a result of that. But let's not forget that at the same time, people are pricing it right and getting over the asking price, even during a pandemic market. And interesting to note, compared to quarter 3 2019, the average sold price versus the average original list price is 98%. So 98% of the homes are getting the 98% of the original original list price, and 97 was the case in quarter 3 2019, and it was at 98% in quarter 2 2020. So we can get this number higher by pricing it right, and then we can get these numbers higher as well. Now, what is that popular price range in Santa Monica? We've covered it for Santa Monica now. No, we already covered it for Brentwood. We did it for Venice, and we did it for Mar Vista. So looking at the chart here, we got really not too much is sold under $1 million. There were 2 that happened to sell in quarter 3 2020, but for quarter 3 2019 and quarter 2 2020, 0. The hot ticket price point was 24 in quarter 3 2020, with the price point being between $1 million and $2 million. That was pretty resonant with quarter 3 2019, but even higher than what it was in quarter 3 2019, which again was a seller's market. Now, if we look at quarter 2 2020, I think just things were kind of uncertain, buyers were asleep, and it was just a quarter that really wasn't paying attention to the market, did not have a lot of deals closing, did not have a lot of deals going through as a result. So that's why we ended up with only 29 selling and such a low sold volume of 94 million. So it doesn't surprise me that these numbers are lower on this end, but it's interesting to note that there were 8 homes in quarter 2 2020 that sold over that $4 million mark, compared to 15 in 2019 quarter 3, and then that's up 5 in quarter 3 2020. So we're on the up and up, but again, the up and up is really going to be determined by that list price. And if you guys want to make sure that your home is getting sold with no problems, and you've got the comfort of having the terms in your favor and leveraging the opportunity, then you got to go with a smart price. And you can't go with that overpriced thinking that, there's that one lucky person out there that's going to pay it. So on that note, my friends, hope everyone is doing well. Hope you found tremendous value in these numbers. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to drop a comment below. I'm here for you anytime. Check out my website, erichossgroup.com. That's exactly where you can find all my information and how to stay up to speed with what's going on with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So thank you guys so much again for always giving me that support, and stay safe and have a most awesome, happy Halloween. If you're able to trick or treat, I envy you. I did it till I was 18. It was the best thing in my life. And now that I'm out door knocking, well, it's just trick or treating for a different thing, a $50,000 check or higher. But on that note, my friends, have a great one. Be safe out there, but enjoy a happy Halloween. Take care.